coach a team. He knows how to prepare a team. He will have all the little things worked out. They will know all the little things they need to know. Now it's just a matter of will they execute it.
And a really good point that you just made there was the little things. And just watching this team warm up and get prepped, they're all about the details. And that kind of goes to Luis Ucera's coaching style. He wants to make sure that every checkpoint, every box is checked, every mark is covered. And it's going to be a very, very tight ship run from the Raiders side. A little bit of a different vibe from the Pierre Governors side. They want to keep things loose. They want to play free, and Kira Swenson wants her girls to just go out there, try to have fun. They know they're a really good squad. They know that if they do things the right way, it should result in a win. Of course, they're going up against one of the top teams in the state. So let's talk some keys to success today for both of these squads. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our friends who sponsor our keys to success at Central Dakota Eye Care.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
And our Central Dakota Eye Care keys to success today for the Pierre Governors. It's we didn't see this against Harrisburg. They felt like they were just not in their rhythm and weren't really getting things kind of slotted in place. You feel like the first goal is a true key to success today for either one of these squads, Chris?
I think it's more a key to the game for the Pierre girls than the Stevens girls. I think emotionally for the Pierre girls, that first goal will be a nerve settler. It'll settle them down. I think they're going to be very nervous. Again, I'm outside looking in, but you've come off of a tough loss to Harrisburg. You come off a grind against Brandon Valley. Now you're playing, another top team, undefeated team who had a 4-game streak, as you said, of 0 goals allowed. They're very tough defensively. They're extremely organized in the midfield. I think for the girls, if they can get that first goal, it settles their nerves and off they go. If Stevens gets the first goal, I think it's going to be a push for Coach Kira and Katie to get the girls to relax and play their kind of soccer, being a goal down, and it'll be a true test of character.
And I have to imagine that the confidence meter for Rapid City Stevens coming to this one is about as high as it can go. What do you think Luis Ucera's message is going to be to his girls before they take the pitch here in less than 10 minutes?
If I know Coach Ucera as well as I think I do, I think Coach Ucera is just telling them this is just another game. This is just another building block towards the end of the season. This is just another test of where we are in our journey to the final game of the season. He's got them probably very relaxed. You look at them, they're relaxed, they're focused, relaxed. I think this is going to be fun to watch.
All right, let's meet our starting lineups today. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our friends who sponsor our starting lineups at Envirotech.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
And the starting lineups today, as always, we start with the visiting squad. It'll be Holly Benson, Addison Ritchie, Avery Dorman, Ava Holsworth, Vienna Reagan, Caitlin Shute, Kennedy Sturkle, Amora Reagan, Naya Turek, Greta Sundel, and in between the pipes will be Miss Nora Tucker. They're led by Luis Ucera. For the Pierre Governor girls, it'll be a familiar starting lineup today. Zoe Bauer, Jasmine Yost, Josephine Wirtz, Natalie Flotmeyer, Caitlin Taylor, Maya Fravel, Lexi Hilmer, Devin Van Rokel, Allison Demers, Sophia Bruggeman, Emlyn Swanson between the posts, and head coach Kira Swenson. All right, now it's time to get to our introduction of game officials. We've got 3 great officials here today, and we're going to introduce them with South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection word.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
And our great officials today, Mr. Dan Thielsen, Mr. Parker Helwig, and Doug Lutz. Round out there in red, Pierre Governors in green, Stevens in white. We're setting for kickoff, sponsored by Comtech. Here in a moment, we're going to step away for our final break in the Bankwest pregame show for the national anthem. When we come back, Comtech tip-off coming between the Rapid City Stevens Raiders and the Pierre Governors. You're listening live on River 92.7 and streaming on drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bankwest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bankwest Associates uphold this commitment. Choose Bankwest. Bankwest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KTFX-FM, Pierre. Eyes on the road, not on your phone.
Welcome back. We are getting set for our Comtech kickoff. Before we get underway, let's hear a word from our friends who sponsor our kickoff at Comtech.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
The Pierre Governors are in their home greens with gray down either side. Governors underneath the numerals in black, the numerals in white. The Rapid City Stevens Raiders in all white, numerals small in blue on the chest, with Rapid City Stevens on the left chest. As the goalkeeper for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, Miss Nora Tucker, is wearing the navy blue kit. Black bottoms, and Emlyn Swanson, the keeper for the Governors, in her customary highlighter yellow kit. We're set at midfield, and it's a beautiful day for soccer. And we're just waiting for the whistle by Dan Thielsen. Doug Lutz out at midfield. We're set, and we're underway. Justin Cowart alongside Chris Derry here with you on this gorgeous Monday afternoon. I'm sure we'll have some time for a Coca-Cola bottling timeout. It's a hot one. Temperature right around 83 degrees here this afternoon. As we're starting to get away from that as the year rolls on.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to be missing this type of weather in a couple weeks. That's for sure. Rapid City Stevens will start with the first possession today. Both teams just trying to feel each other out. And, you know, Chris, I thought you made an interesting point there in our Bank West pregame show. You feel like the first goal of the game feels more important for Pierre than it does Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, I do. And only reason why I feel that it's like that is because of the last two games. The tough loss.
As we've got a centering pass out in front of the Governor net, shot on goal by Ava Holsworth, will roll softly and gently to Emlyn Swanson, who goes down to a knee. Scoops it up. Sorry to interrupt there, Chris.
No, it's perfectly fine. I think it's more important just simply because of the last couple games and the fact that, you know, they need that confidence, get that first goal against, you know, a tough team. They tied Roosevelt. They lost to Harrisburg. This is another top team. That first goal is going to be vital for their confidence and their nerves more than anything. So I could be completely wrong, and I apologize if I am, but just my opinion as a coach and working with kids.
As Natalie Flopmeyer takes one away, she knifes through the Stevens defense. Strong back line, as Chris mentioned. They're very well organized. It's going to be tough to break through that back line and make it a long day for Nora Tucker. And the Governors make it an easy day for Emlyn Swanson. 76 saves on the season, 11 goals given up. As we hope to see some more offense from the Pierre Governors, something we didn't see much of against Harrisburg.
Yeah, you know, and it'd be good for the Governors to get a little bit of possession up here in the offensive half. They got strung together a couple passes here. Can they string together 3, 4, 5 passes in that attacking third?
Flotmeyer with the control outside of the semicircle. Going to roll it back to Devin Van Rokel on the far side. Governors attacking from left to right on your radio dial. Van Rokel trying to center a pass. Has it picked off. And it'll be chasing down by Nia Turek. Back towards midfield. And, you know, you talk about stringing some passes together, getting some good offensive looks. That's one thing I think Harrisburg did such a good job of shutting down against this Governors team, was never let them get into an offensive rhythm, never let them apply that pressure. And it was kind of just as the Governors were playing on their heels for all 80 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, I had a couple people ask me after the show and on Friday and the weekend, you know, what I meant by high pressure. You know, Harrisburg plays high pressure, and by high pressure I mean they are pressuring the ball, whether it's in the defensive third, middle third, or attacking third. To play that kind of offense or play that style of soccer takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of fitness, takes a lot of coordination and work together. And they did it masterfully. And when you can do that, what you see is other teams that you're doing it to feel like they're on their heels, feel like they're catching up, feel like they're chasing the game a lot. And the Governors were. So what did the Governors learn from that? Can they handle that pressure? Will Rapid City Stevens, did they watch the game and say, let's play high pressure against this team as well?
And another thing to keep an eye on today is the conditioning of both teams on this hot afternoon. It's going to be a test of who's in better shape as this one rolls out. Caitlin Shute giving chase. Just a bit too far out in front. And it will go back and forth. Good crowd made their way out on this Monday afternoon. We also want to welcome in the Rapid City Stevens crowd that wasn't able to make the long trip on this Monday. Know that if you're in the office right now wishing you were out at the Pilk, well, we don't blame you, but we're glad that you're joining us on drgnews.com. See a couple blue jerseys over there on the opposite side of the pitch as they continue to fight for this ball at midfield. Josephine Wirtz rolls to Jasmine Yost. Now Zoe Bauer giving chase on that long stretching pass here right in front of the broadcast booth. Governors will settle it down. Nia Turek hassling Flotmeyers. Flotmeyer spaghettis all over midfield. Finally gets it back across the pitch over to Devin Van Rokel. Van Rokel has been a key contributor on that far side of the field for the Governors as she turns the corner on a Stevens defender. But again, that back line of Rapid City Stevens is so dominant at making sure that things don't get behind them. Things get shut down as quickly as they get across midfield. But here's Flotmeyer pushing across. She is tripped up, and that might be inside the box, and I think we might have a penalty kick here in the first couple minutes.
No, he's giving it to him right outside the box.
So it occurred right in the midst of that semicircle, but still a dangerous proposition here for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders as Natalie Flotmeyer had a clear path in towards the goal, and she was tripped up, didn't get a number on the Raider who dropped her down, but it'll be Lexi Hilmer to take the free kick just outside the shadow of the box, and a great early opportunity here for the Governors. Hilmer awaits for Raiders out in front. Low trajectory, bangs right off that brick wall, but the rebound shot is top shelf, and Hilmer puts the Governors on the board.
Excellent follow by Lexi. She placed it low. It almost looked like she was planning that deflection back, and when it came back, nice solid laces through the ball, kept the toe down, put it right through the top shelf of the goal for a beautiful goal and girls lead.
Our Gales Gas Service scoreboard lit up here early on this Monday afternoon. It's Lexi Hilmer, who it might have seemed like she even planned just to bank it off that blockade, get the rebound herself, and then, as we like to say, go top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Nothing Nora Tucker could have done about that one. Perfectly placed shot for Hilmer, and it's 1-0 Governors.
Now we'll see what happens with the reaction here from the Stevens Raiders and from the girls. Do they relax?
Well, it's no relaxing time for Ava Holsworth as she just knifes through the Governor defense. That one's deflected out of play, goes off the foot of a Governor, and will set up the first corner kick of the afternoon, and it will be taken by Holly Benson.
Yeah, and that's why you're hearing the coaches over here for the Governors talk about first 5 minutes, and it's a quick, short corner.
Quickly dug out, placed out towards the center, headed out by Jasmine Yost. Flotmeyer fighting with Benson here near side. Flotmeyer's going to win that scrabble. Governors roll forward to Lexi Hilmer, and now Lexi Hilmer looking to turn the corner, and she does so successfully on Kennedy Sturkle. That one will be rolled out of play, but a throw-in coming for the Governors, and I know it's early, and I know we haven't seen much soccer, but maybe a slight edge given to the Governors here early on in terms of possession percentage and really overall pressure.
And the girls seem to be playing with a lot of emotion. You're hearing it out of the coaches. I'm sure through our microphones, you're listening to them. There's a lot of emotion they're playing with right now, and can they keep this emotional high as this game wears on?
As this one from the near side corners rolled along the back line right into the waiting hands of Nora Tucker. They even got excited about a clearance from Jasmine Yost off the header there on that last offensive possession by the Raiders. So positive reinforcement for the Governor coaching staff here today as Lexi Hilmer has it a couple yards outside the box, tried to center it through for Natalie Flotmeyer. Flotmeyer still staying with it as it's taken away. Good work by that Rapid City Stevens back line. Hilmer steals it away, left-footed shot, going to deflect off the back of a Raider and into the waiting hands of Nora Tucker.
Yeah, and Lexi's just giving a little heat check there. You know, in basketball, people know what heat check means. Same thing for soccer. Hey, you know, I'm feeling good right now. What kind of shots can I put out there?
Well, let's see if we can squeeze one through that back line as Lexi Hilmer trying to fit one in. Couple substitutions waiting to come in. Chris Derry's new statistics extraordinaire barking out the changes for us as we see Katie Hostler checking in for the Governors and Meredith Lehman checking in for the Raiders. Out is Holly Benson, and Maya Fravel will check out for the Gov girls. Throw it coming from the far side. Governors still with the possession. Bounced in. And popped way up into the blue skies. A couple clouds hanging over, but nothing really going to block out this sunlight today. It's going to be hot for the entirety of the afternoon, really until it won't start cooling down until we start packing up our stuff and leaving the Pilk here today.
Yeah, it seems to be right now we're in that fall mode in South Dakota. Cool weather, hot weather. Cool weather, hot weather.
On and off, nip and tuck, as much as this match has been, as it's Holsworth again forcing the issue, tries to pop one out in front of the net, but good pressure there from Josephine Wirtz defensively, not offering the angle that Holsworth was looking for.
Holsworth has a lot of speed, and you're going to see her get out wide. You're going to see her in different positions, and that's going to be a good test for Josie. And Holsworth, I guarantee Holsworth hasn't seen very many fast defenders like Josephine Wirtz and Jasmine when she drops back there. So that's going to be fun to watch that little portion of the game.
Natalie Flottmeyer trips up Nia Turk. That draws the whistle. So free kick coming here for the Raiders. Low driving kick making its way to Swanson. She slides to her left, down to a knee, catches it on the fly.
And that's good that she didn't give up a rebound. She caught it cleanly, immediate distribution. Those rebounds are what you don't want to give up.
That spells disaster, and it's crucially important for Emlyn Swanson that she remains strong. As we mentioned, she's made 76 saves this year. She's given up 11 goals. And I would say about half of those likely not on her, just deflections or shots that were placed so perfectly as this one is rifled in, and she squeezes it, does Swanson, as she slides to her right. Another good save. When more pressure supplied, looked like the shot there was taken for the Raiders by Amora Reagan.
Yeah, and Miss Reagan there, she's a young player for the Stevens Raiders, and she's going to provide them you think she's small, she can't do it, and all of a sudden she pops up in really, really dangerous situations.
Hilmer pass through for Lexi Hilmer off the foot of Flottmeyer. Hilmer with a bit of an errant touch on the shot, but man, what a give and go there from Natalie Flottmeyer to Lexi Hilmer. Another great scoring opportunity for the Governors. Almost made this 2-0.
Yeah, and that was a great pass from Natalie Flottmeyer. Put it right in a little seam there. That window was tiny, and Lexi did a good job of shielding off the defender. First touch positive towards the goal, second touch taking a shot. Perfect technique.
Already seen a few substitutions taking place. Kind of expected that with the heat we've got today. Hilmer stepping in front of that clearing kick, and that one's going to be deflected out of play. Hilmer says it was off of a Raider, and she won't win that argument. See the Pierre Governor boys team set up back behind the Raiders net. They're out here in support today. Obviously, a makeup game here from a couple weeks ago. No game for the boys, but they're going to come in and take one in anyway.
Yeah, good support from both teams, and that's what you like to see. The boys supporting the girls supporting the boys. You know, it's that atmosphere that you want to create where it's, we're all in this together to support our town and our community and our school.
And I couldn't hear which roar was louder, coming from the Governor bench on that Hilmer goal or coming back from behind the Stevens goal with the Pierre Governor boys team set up back there. They were pumped up about that Hilmer goal. Still 1-0 here on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. This one played towards midfield. The Governors have won the possession percentage so far. We'll get a time check here in a moment. This one's stolen away. Good footwork there by Amora Reagan. And this one will be cleared out along that back line. Chasing it down and watching it roll out of play is Allison Demers. I think the Govs would, obviously, this is kind of a no-brainer point, but would love to add an extra insurance goal and force Stevens to really play from behind, something they haven't done much of, if at all season long. And there is something to be said when you put a team in a situation they haven't been in. To see how they respond is always interesting. As this one's rolled forward for Devin Van Rokel along that far side corner. Van Rokel brings it back towards the middle, tried to center it for Lexi Hilmer. That'll be booted out of play just north of the far side flag, which will set up a throw in here for the Governors.
Yeah, and what we talked about at the beginning of the game was the girls getting that first goal and relaxing a little bit. And after they got that goal, Rapid City Stevens pressed them pretty hard, but now they're relaxing into the game, and you're starting to see them get some good possession, playing just good, solid soccer defensively through the midfield and in the attack.
This one chipped forward. Josephine Wirtz sprinting to chase it down before it goes out of play as we pass the 14-minute mark played here in the first half. Governors still out in front, 1-0. Stevens, Lehman going to try to just settle things down along that back line. Good pressure being shown here by the Governors early. As they're really, they don't want to let Rapid City Stevens get set up anywhere on the pitch either.
No, keep possession, keep Rapid City Stevens chasing the ball. That should be a solid game plan for the girls. They've got some confidence. Move the ball from side to side. Change your point of attack. Find your numbers up advantage. If your number's down or if you're 1v2, 1v3, that means you have an advantage somewhere else on the field. If the girls can find that, that'll be huge for them.
10th goal of the season for Lexi Hilmer. She is the first Governor to get into double-digit goals for the season. With her first goal today, lone goal thus far. This one's turned and sent back in the opposite direction as it bounces at midfield. Hand fighting going on between Lexi Hilmer and Avery Dorman. Governors pressing and forcing the issue. No let up off the gas, that's for sure. And I think that's how Kira Swenson wants it to be.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I mean, it's early in the game. You can't go into a defensive shell this early in the game. You got to keep the foot on the gas. Keep going. With what's working for you.
As Cameron Larson is checked in, she pushes it forward along that far side corner, and this will roll out. But I think I kind of bring that up about Kira Swenson and what she wants to see out of her team solely because I think they want to wipe that Harrisburg performance completely out of their mind, and I think a win today would do just that. Shot on goal by Jasmine Yost. It's saved by a diving Nora Tucker. She dives out to the right of the post, and that one will deflect off the hands of Tucker and roll out of play. We don't have the best angle on that shot trajectory, but it looked like that one might have gone out of play and returned it back to Rapid City Stevens. However, Tucker diving, just playing on the erring on the side of caution, and it set up a corner kick here for Lexi Hilmer and the Govs. Hilmer will float it in, chips one beautifully off the head, but over the post. Couple Governors in the area. Looked like Jasmine Yost was the Gov to get her head on it. And that one just popped barely over the crossbar, but we've seen 3 good scoring opportunities for the Govs here. They've capitalized on 1 out of those 3. 2 other were just barely off the mark for Pierre in this about midway point of the first half.
And that's a good showing so far for Pierre. You can't name a single possession that's been very dangerous for Stevens versus Pierre, who's had 3-4 opportunities. So I think that's boding well for the girls. Can they continue the intensity and continue that streak?
Josephine Wirtz winning that battle here at midfield between her and Raiden Baird. This one will bounce all the way back into the defensive zone of the Governors. Good battle going on between Caitlin Taylor and Ava Holsworth. Holsworth brings it back out into the middle of the pitch and inside the box. Her shot is deflected ever so slightly there by Caitlin Taylor. That'll roll softly to Emlyn Swanson, who picks it up on the save. Swanson will boot it away. This one off the shin, played first by Avery Dorman.
And Emlyn Swanson's going to take those kind of shots all day. Those slow rollers don't affect her at all. Good defense in front of her.
As Holsworth tries to split through 2 defenders, does so nicely. Good work out in front. Shot just a bit wide on the near side post. And slow to get up is Ava Holsworth, but I don't think she's slow to get up because she's hurting. I think she's just wishing she had that shot back.
She did everything right there. She did exactly what Lexi did on the other end. Got positioned in front of the defender, shielded the defender off, got in on goal, and like Lexi was going for that far low post and just missed it.
This one will be rolled through to the waiting foot of Cameron Larson. It will be shot back the Rapid City Stevens direction. Now deep into the Governor's defensive zone goes Stevens. Giving chase towards that is Berkeley Larson. Larson into the far side corner, trying to turn the corner. This one bouncing through, out in front. Holsworth trying to settle it down in the near side corner of the box. Bounce down along the end line and roll back to Aubrey Fisher. Fisher trying to escape away. Maya Frabel trying to work her way off the defender. Taken away nicely there by Zoe Raby. Ball out of play. Throw in coming here for Stevens. Meredith Lehman to do it. Lehman will sky one over her head. Rolls and bounces back to Flottmeyer. Flottmeyer decides just to clear it out. Fisher and Lehman giving chase. Lehman will just force it back to her back line. Stevens trying to get organized here.
Yeah, they just need a little bit of possession. They want to knock the ball around a little bit, get a little bit of a rhythm, find their play, get their playmakers into a dangerous position.
Good give and go there from Stevens, but waiting for it was Josephine Wirtz. Luis Ucera pleading with Lehman to throw it in before the referees change their mind on the possession as this one's rolled our way. Lehman again with another throw in coming. Popping around, still popping, still popping. And finally down.
The volley game, as we call that.
Yes. So they'll say this possession was afforded back to the Governors, and now a substitution can come in. Lexi Hilmer will get her first break today, as we are about to get what I believe a whistle for our first Coca-Cola bottling timeout. It's a water break here. Govs leading 1-0 on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. We'll take a quick 60-second break and be back with the final 20 minutes of half number 1. You're listening to Pierre Governor Soccer live on River 92.7 and streaming on drgnews.com.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Take a big thanks to Caleb Brozick working the camera for us today. And a big thanks to William Wilson back in the DRG Media Group studios for keeping us up on air and for being ready on short notice. Didn't know when this one was going to be made up, but we were looking forward to it because of how exciting the prospect of this 1 versus 3 match would be, and maybe not the most exciting message being delivered to that fan section back behind the Raiders bench, or excuse me, the Raiders goal. That is Brian Mosier having to go tell the Pierre Governor boys, well, you can cheer, but just don't be so loud up behind the net. As Doug Lutz
what he was telling him was
to go deliver that message.
Yeah, he was telling him you can cheer all you want, you just can't talk to the keeper, you can't taunt, you can't do any of that stuff.
Which I don't think there was any of that going on. I think Doug Lutz was just offering a reminder.
Yep.
If they're going to stay set up back there, what the rules are. And I say that there was none of that going on because he hasn't asked them to move. If
Correct.
They were taunting, then I think that there would be a subject to change. But Doug Lutz just wanting to remind them, hey, keep it between the lines, much like we do out here, and all sportsmanship. And well, Sean Blaine